Well, my name is Sunny Paida. I am a certified PA here at Santa Clara Valley Medical Center. I'm also a representative with Kappa. And we have the great pleasure of meeting you today, and congratulations, Dale Memorial Scholarship.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be even an applicant for the scholarship. And I want to thank Kappa and my program for helping me obtain this. So thank you so much.
Congratulations once again. I think we'll move on to a few questions now. Why did you decide to become a PA?
So I decided to become a PA when I was at UC San Diego. I was kind of like figuring out what the best path in medicine was for me. And I met a PA who did surgery, cardiothoracic surgery. And it was when I went to shadow her, it was the best experience I've ever had in medicine. She explained that her lifestyle was well balanced, well rounded, and she really liked how she could one day work in primary care and then another day be able to work in surgery. And I really liked that the opportunities seemed very limitless with this profession. So I applied to USC, took me a couple of times, and then I finally got in 2021.
Congratulations, and you're on your way.
Yeah.
Who is someone in your life that influences you to work toward your goals?
Someone that influences me in my life to work towards my goal is definitely my younger brother. So we're like 8 years apart, and he, like, if I tell him I want to do this, he's like, oh, we're gonna go do it. If I tell him I want to do this with my career, he's like, you can do it. So like with him maybe being in a role model position, having him look up to me really inspires me to get the job done always and have that support to fulfill my dream.
Wonderful. I can relate to that. I have a sister who's 9 years younger to me, so some similarities there.
Yeah.
Why is giving back to the profession so important to you?
Giving back to the profession is very important because we bridge the gap in primary care, and especially with the much needed health professionals in today's society, giving back to the PA profession is going to be very important in helping our patients. So it's for the patients, right?
100%. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
How has this pandemic affected your journey of becoming a PA?
The pandemic definitely made me appreciate the PA profession a lot more. We saw how important it is for our healthcare system to have PAs running small clinics or even being in leadership at big hospital systems. So it PAs and the pandemic and my journey, I think it all lined up together and why I'm sitting here doing this interview as well. I guess going back to like school, we did like have a hybrid learning situation at USC for the didactic part, but I really have to give it up to like my wonderful professors when there were Zoom lectures. It was an amazing experience. And then also when we were able to come in person, that was like an amazing experience as well. So it's definitely been a wild ride.
Something new and unimagined when it comes to PA school and virtual learning. It's something that we don't hear often, but I'm glad that USC adapted to it because we need more of it moving forward. How do you envision the PA profession growing or changing in the coming years?
I imagine the profession changing in the current years by just having more exposure, having society have more exposure of what a PA is, and just having the name out there. So it's as common as being a physician, because a lot of the times a patient might even see a PA and not know we're a PA, even though we introduce ourselves as so. So in the coming years, I hope I can only talk personal goals, but I hope that I'll be a good representation for the profession. And I hope that my colleagues and peers also engage in promotion of this wonderful profession as well. So yeah.
If you were to think about the top two changes you would like to see in the, let's see, next 5 or 10 years, what would it be?
I definitely would love to see an improvement on our for our unhoused population, and that's number one, and the mental health of our communities. And I say community specifically because each community has their own like mental health um, problems or conditions that need to be addressed. So those are two things. One is like the street medicine, and also being able to help communities and their need for mental health services as well.
Perfect. The next question I have for you is actually two, so I'll split it up here. Why do you think it's important to be a California Academy of PAs member?
I think it's important to be a CAPA member because we need to make sure that legislation is in our favor. That's number one. I also think it's good to build community with other Californians. I actually was born in Northern California and then came to LA during my childhood, and then went down to San Diego for university, and now I'm back in LA to be at USC, and I've experienced a wide range of the coast. So definitely the community, we all have something to learn from each other, and just coming together gives us a purpose as well.
Absolutely. That is very important, especially in what we do day to day.
Yeah.
What is something that you would tell other PAs who aren't members yet?
I think something I would tell other PAs that are not members yet, that CAPA really gives back to the students. That's number one. And I definitely felt the support being a student in CAPA. So I think I would tell PAs that are not members yet, just remember when you were in school, and if you did have support, how much that meant. And if you didn't have support, what being a member can potentially give back to students and also the community.
Yeah. Yeah. Ray Dale was instrumental in the advancement of the PA profession through advocacy. How do you plan to advocate for and promote the advancement of the PA profession?
I plan to advocate for the profession through my patient care, through also hopefully becoming an educator. But it can even just be precepting students or guest lecturing, and also just showing people how amazing it is to be a PA and how much we can help. Through networking and building relationships with people from other professions, it really can demonstrate how much success there can be with interprofessional relationships as well.
There are several legislative initiatives going on right now for PAs, with the name change and a lot more things, supervisory agreements and whatnot. How would you back those initiatives as we as we push forward and try to make the profession we truly want to become.
Yeah, I think it's great that we're advocating for ourselves. At the end of the, me and my friend Jasmine, we always say we became PAs to be a PA. So if that means we need a better name change to advocate for our profession, that's what it means. But at the end of the day, at the core, it's still the profession, whatever name it is. So I support anything that can elevate our profession. And I'm very happy to see the community come together and decide as intellects of what a proper name should be.
Perfect. Perfect. Now, the more important questions. Number one, I guess, is when do you plan on graduating?
Yeah, I plan on graduating in 2024, May 2024 of next year. I'm really excited. It seems like time has just flown by, but I'm just really excited to see what happens after graduation. Yeah.
Yeah, and that leads me to my last question is post-graduation, what would you like to do as a licensed PA?
Yeah, I definitely could see myself working in primary care. I definitely want to be affiliated with an academic institution, seeing patients and heightening my knowledge. School is just the first step. And when I signed up to be a PA, I also signed up to be a lifelong learner. So that means continuing the education right when I step out of PA school, making sure I have up to date on my computer at all times, and really, really trying to also implement evidence-based medicine into my practice to help patients of all diversity and backgrounds.
Wonderful, wonderful. What is one piece of advice that you would like to share and give to someone who's either aspiring to be a PA or looking towards the PA profession? What is something that you would tell them?
Yeah, I think something that I needed to hear was don't give up. You got this. But if I also want to say that this profession is a wonderful field to get into, and don't be scared to come into the field, to reapply, to really work for what you want. And if you are thinking about something in medicine, consider the PA profession, because there's so many opportunities in this profession. And to add someone specifically who is pre-PA, just know why you're here and make sure you have a purpose. And as my faculty says, know your why and remember your why. And I think the biggest lesson I've learned is that the journey is everything. So don't just think about becoming the PA. Think about what's going to hide in your journey and getting to the destination.
That's wonderful advice. I would definitely use some of those words as inspirational messages coming. Well, again, congratulations on the Ray Dale Memorial Scholarship. You've shown a lot through your application and done a lot. And I think that's all we have here.
Yeah, I maybe I can end with a quote on that piece.
Absolutely.
It's a poem called Invictus, and it's by William Ernest Henley. And on the topic of enjoy the journey, he says, I am a master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. So that is, I think, something that we should all focus on, is
Yes,
navigating our journey.
absolutely.
Thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed this. I look forward to seeing what other opportunities present with Kappa, and just shout out to all the other PA students that are working so hard during their academic years. So thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you, Elliot.
No problem.